I know what you're saying. Yes, this is another tank gameplay, vehicle gameplay, but there's a good reason behind it, because what I want to discuss quickly is how Battlefield 1 has been able to put the mood of their campaign of death and destruction and bring it into multiplayer almost seamlessly, and have it be, you know, it's going to be unfair at times, but it's going to be true to the war that's trying to bring to you. With the campaign, the first mission, it's like a prologue. You play as like 5 different people and you die as all of them in like a 20-minute span, and it really sets the tone. It's like, you're gonna die. This war was brutal. There are a lot of people death. Do not expect to survive very long. Doing that for campaign is easy enough, but how do you bring it into multiplayer without just making people frustrated? Because I'll tell you what, when this game first came out, when I was doing the beta, I was just frustrated. I was just like, I can't get kills. I'll get 1 or 2 kills and I'll die, and I just like, I can't survive. It's just like, it's chaotic. There's explosions, there's shooting, there's no formal battle lines, and I think that's what they were going for, or maybe not. Maybe they weren't going for it, but they've achieved that. In that, you know, you will die in this game as an infantryman. Let's be honest. You've seen me in the tank go 97 and 3. I certainly wasn't dying a lot, or 13, I don't remember. As an infantryman, you know, if you get a 10 kill streak as an infantryman, you're either camping with a mortar or sniper, or if you're running around and you get a 10 kill streak, you're a god at this game. You know, something like that wouldn't be that amazing in Battlefield 4. You'd see it a lot. I mean, I would get those a lot, you know. I'd like a 4 KD or something, get 10 kill streaks all the time. In this game, it's a lot more rare. Can I say rarer? Whatever. It's a lot more rare to see those kind of kill streaks in this game, because certain things they've done have made survival very difficult, and it really goes in line with how the war actually was. You know, certain battles, you know, your life expectancy was measured in minutes, not even hours. I think Verdun was one of those battles, and probably the Somme was probably one of those battles, at least the early days. You know, minutes. Infantry battalions would be sent in and churned up in, you know, they were minutes. Your life expectancy was minutes, not hours. So you can't, you know, with the campaign, like I said, you can do that easily. But with multiplayer, how do you make that go into multiplayer without just making people tear their hairs out? It seems almost backwards how they added more health, I feel, or it takes longer to kill people in this game, and yet you're still gonna die a lot. It's strange in how they've done it. I think one of the things they've done, and nobody's really picking up on, is even in certain battles, even on operations, there are no real battle lines. Even like you know, this is an operation. You have points where you think there's battle lines, but I'll tell you what, in certain maps, there really are no battle lines. You advance and go forward, and you'll always get killed with people around you. You know, tactical awareness. That's a video I made. You know, just stupid teammates letting people walk by, and you get shot in the back. You're like, there's 2 teammates right next to me. What's going on? Stuff like that happens all the time. Now, I don't think they expected people to just not be aware of people around them, but you know, that's another thing that comes into it. The weapons during the time certainly didn't help either. A lot of them were brand new. Some of these weapons weren't even used in World War I, but I guess you can give them a pass. Most of them are super inaccurate, and you have very, very limited ammo, 2 or 3 clips max for each gun. That kind of sets the tone of how long they think you're going to survive. And some of the guns, like the light machine guns, have long reload times, and these things just add to the difficulty of surviving. Certainly playing on 64-man servers on such, you know, I don't think there's small maps, but for 64 mans, it's, you know, it's a little, you know, tight. Certainly doesn't help your survival. If you really want to survive, join 24-man servers that are, even 24-man servers are a little small in my opinion, but it works. I'll tell you that it works. But it all comes together, but it doesn't make you feel like it's unfair at any time. Although it is unfair sometimes. You know, if a team has a Zeppelin over your head or a train shooting at you, an armored train, it's totally unfair. They have, you know, they can shoot above you. They have an armored train that can just drive right through your lines, start blasting everybody, and take relatively no damage. That's totally unfair, you know. But I think it was meant to be like that. You know, certain times in World War I, things weren't fair. People died, you know. Shit happens. So I think it's a good thing. Like, I just got killed there. I mean, that was fair, though. I rolled right into that objective like a dumbass. I didn't follow one of my rules about how to be an awesome tank driver. I'm sorry. So that's why I mentioned, like, I really don't know how they've done it. They've achieved this because it's totally blatantly unfair at times, and it's so chaotic at times. There's gas, there's explosions, there's fire, They have enemy planes going overhead. They have people rolling through our lines. There's no front lines. There's all this stuff going on, and yet, and it's totally unfair at times with Zeppelins and stuff like that. But I already mentioned that. But and yet, really, I don't really feel that way. I don't really feel like it's unfair at any time. You know, I'll be frustrated, but not really at the game, not the mechanics of the game. I'll just be frustrated at the fact that I didn't get that kill, or I couldn't get over to this building for cover fast enough. I never really blame the game for me not doing well. It's always on me to do better. And so I really don't know how, I've tried to think of reasons how they've achieved this. I really can't put any, it's not like a certain thing that's done it, but there you go. That's how, I wanted to mention this, that Battlefield 1 has achieved this, specifically for this game, obviously, because of the war. Sick tank kill, bro. And I don't think a lot of people even realize this. I certainly went through a tough transition period from Battlefield 4, which was, a lot like this game, but the survival aspect is totally different. I went through a pretty rough transition period where I just wasn't doing well with anything, tanks, anything. I was just getting killed all the time. I couldn't get kills. I couldn't stay alive. Couldn't get kill streaks or anything at the time. And I just couldn't do anything. And then one day I kept playing, and I started getting better. I started learning how this game works. And you get better at the game. Just keep working at it, I guess. I don't know. So those are my thoughts on that. I can definitely tell you that I might be wrong on how much survival is changed, but it's definitely more difficult to survive in this game than any other Battlefield that I've played. So let me know what you guys think. Am I right about this? Is it more difficult to survive in this game? Tell me your longest kill streak that you can remember. Mine was probably in the tank. Probably like 40 kills, something like that. They don't really show your kill streak. That alone doesn't prove that this game's difficult to survive, and they don't even show your highest kill streak. I'm pretty sure in the stats. Maybe they do. I haven't gone in depth, but let me know what you guys think about this, and see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.